Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a full moon reading in Aquarius, uh, which occurs on the 9th of August. This is really well aspecting your sun sign and your ruling sign, Mercury, which is in retrograde right now. It will be moving directly soon, but even as it moves direct, it will still be moving through its shadow period, the period that it's already transformed backwards through. So this is giving you additional time to adjust, review, reflect, make some changes to plans that you are considering moving forward with. This is beautiful for you, Gemini, because it indicates a moment of pulling in and reevaluating your plans and efforts to move forward. The overall energy for this reading is the Three of Vessels, which is beautiful indication of uh, the resources, the love, the support that you are surrounded with. And this feels very important right now because it does appear that you are moving towards a much higher level of authority, understanding, and responsibility in some regard. Underneath the deck, these cards are very slippery, beautiful new deck. The 10 of Columns, 10 of Wands energy of feeling burdened, of perhaps being somewhat burned out, of struggling through to complete a particular effort or journey or a project that you've been working on. Perhaps you have entered a period of growth, learning, internship, and this has been extremely challenging for you. I do feel like this effort to learn, grow, take on more responsibilities in a bid for greater authority is coming to a close. And then I pulled from the Seed and Sickle the Thistle card, number 37. Might be important to you. Again, it reduces to a number 10. So that's important because 10s are the number of fullness, closure, a new beginning, a rebirth. So this is the end of something that you are closing out. The Thistle reads, something is holding you back from making progress, like abundant thistles on the path of your journey waiting to be a spine in your foot. Complications are frustrating, but sometimes ultimately unavoidable. You can't move forward while you're bottling up anger and aggravation. Whatever the source, find it and confront it. The process of removing that thorn may be difficult and painful, but if you're going to make any progress at all, it will only come after you've faced your problems. Interesting. I'm going to turn over the axis of the horoscope wheel and invite you into this meditation on your own inner resources, challenges, opportunities. So the 10th house is the house of social identity, the way others see you, the Hierophant. This seems to indicate your ability to teach, mentor others, show others the way, provide access to something that others might have greater difficulty having, getting an opportunity toward. This can also be a powerful mentor or role model in your life. This can be an authority figure if you are a student or if you are being mentored by someone. Their influence is powerful in your life. This may be someone you emulate, you look up to, and who has been putting you through the paces so that you are have been thoroughly reviewed. You have had opportunities to learn all the details of the responsibilities you are expected to step into. This can be a teacher bestowing a sense of closure, gifting you with the keys to some authority position or location. But this indicates traditional values, conventional wisdom and knowledge. Spiritual guidance has been a part of this experience that you've undergone. And I'm reading it in this very specific way because I believe for the majority of the Geminis I'm speaking to, if you are a teacher or you are training or showing others the way, you are under the guidance or the auspices of a higher teacher, a level of an authority that is likewise training you, educating you, so that you are a student to them, even as you have students yourself. In the first house, the Four of Wings is describing this experience of evaluating, understanding the kind of spiritual foundation you've been gifted. And the spiritual foundation is the embrace of challenges in your past or perhaps along this particular learning pathway that have been challenging to the extent that you feel grateful to have survived it. It feels like you're one of few who have made it thus far on this particular journey, but rather than think about the disappointments, the challenges you had to face, and how much it took for you to stay true, stay on this path. You have come to understand that those challenges made you better. You learned things from those. And because of that, you are now grateful to be in the position that you're in. And this gratitude is what is helping you to understand that all of the challenges contain lessons for your betterment, for your improvement. So this is something that is significant in your sense of being spiritually grounded, and it is informing your perspective. On the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your soul, your history almost. The Emperor card is describing your ability to recognize how you have released trying to exert control over circumstances you cannot. And so instead, you are in a position to recognize that you are in only control and mastering yourself. And that in mastering yourself is what has given you the fortitude to make it through the challenges that you face, feels like through the paces. And that you have understood that it is within you to not only meet these challenges head on, to be victorious, but also to strategize and recognize that this inner control, this inner mastery that you are gaining is what allows you to utilize and express these experiences, this growth on your own terms. You're moving in a direction that matches your needs and your desires, but you understand that it is on behalf of an entire community, a team, uh, an organization that you are being trained. In the seventh house of significant others, the Justice card. And I'm struck by the beautiful blue here that sort of shines on this cleansing water. And the sense here I gain is that you are seeking your justice. You are seeking the truth. And that is helping you to understand what resources are best for you, what would be a fair outcome, what you believe you are deserving of, claiming that, understanding that you've done the work to gain this position, this knowledge, this understanding that you've gained. And you do that with the integrity, with the intention of being fair, of being just, of harmonizing with the reality that you are experiencing and accepting, and the place where you want to support your team and others to move towards. So that this is you standing on your integrity, your authenticity, to continue to harmonize the situation in a way that is just for all concerned. There may be something coming to you that you have earned that's been delayed, and it is coming to you at this time as better late than never. In the first house, I'm going to clarify the Four of Wings after I thank you for your likes and your subscribes. If this reading is resonating for you at this point, I'd appreciate either or. Both would be great. And I love your comments. I love hearing your thoughts and your wherever you're at. Your appreciations are always welcome. The Four of Wings in the first house is clarified by the Nine of Cups and the Chariot card in the third house. So the Nine of Cups is really talking about you valuing your own strengths, gifts, and resources. You understanding that this particular chapter of your life, this particular journey or project, you've come to enjoy the process itself. Whatever the rewards, whatever the obstacles, you have executed them to the best of your ability while staying in integrity with who you are. And in that way, you have gained a tremendous satisfaction and contentment in having come this far. It feels like you're at the point of completion and you're simply enjoying the experience of being successful in a particular project or lesson, and the fact that you have maintained your integrity, your truthfulness to who you are, is helping you to recognize the necessity to continue forward by eliminating any unnecessary distractions, by cordoning off your sacred space to exercise your gifts so that you are not disrupted by others who truly don't regard the importance of your work and the gift that you contribute. And you're enforcing those boundaries very clearly, and this is something that lightens you up, helps you stand up for yourself, does not allow you to be rolled over as you have just completed a pretty rigorous course, mentorship, or training in some regard. And now you're ready to take your gifts and soar. The Emperor in the fourth house is clarified by the Five of Swords in the fifth house and the Magician in the sixth house. So always a good omen for you. This is one of your cards, Gemini. The Five of Swords is highlighting a little bit of your own conflicts, the way that you have had to filter not only this experience, this very challenging, rigorous experience, but your success through this filter of not having been, not believing yourself to be adequate or enough. Not because you're not enough, but because you haven't been recognized in this way in the past. So that there are still insecurities you hold on to, making the satisfaction of your completion here all that much richer. But it's cautioning you, don't go back to those friends who couldn't see you in the position you're in now. Don't seek support from those people who never imagined you to be on the path that you're on, didn't believe you could do it. It's very important that you recognize that you are cutting your losses, making changes through your values, the things that have gotten you to where you are on this path of victory. We're not supported or even seen by an entire group of people. This can even be loved ones. Feels like friends, but we family members can be friends too. So whoever this is, whatever group of people that were familiar to you, that never gave you the kind of feedback or support or constructive criticism that you could have used, are the people that may be seeking your attention now. However, you're very aware that your path to success rests on what you understand you have cultivated and built around yourself. And part of that is a solid knowledge base, giving you all the tools you need to move towards something that is balanced for you and those within whom you serve. So this can be a community, this can be your students, this can be an audience, clients, customers, whoever is the recipient of that kind of a public relationship. You are standing on honesty, truthfulness, fairness, equity, not the kind of favoritism that you could never be included in. In the 7th house, the Justice card is clarified by the Empress card in the 8th house and the 2 of Wands in the 9th house. So really loving this. Really loving this beautiful sense of empowerment, this sense of recognizing that you are being loved. You are being recognized and rewarded for your effort. Something about your work ethic which is seamless, which flows, which stays attuned with the people and the energies around you. A way that you not only know how to work diligently and with a lot of devotion, perhaps because you're doing something that comes out of your passion, out of your gift, but you recognize how empowered you are. And this can be a kind of co-leadership situation where you are actively co-creating with someone who perhaps was once a mentor or conversely once a student of yours. This can be a team of similar energies, but I feel like you understand, having gained this foundation underneath you of self-control, that you are now able to attract those deeper connections that are similarly committed to the work that you see as necessary, the work that you devote your whole self to, and you're finding partners and alliances with similar kinds of people similarly aligned to you. You are ready to take what you know and put it on the road, to put it out there to unfamiliar places, unfamiliar audiences, new students, new locations, new communities. And because of the insecurities of the past, I do believe that this is a scary step for you. It isn't talking to people, it isn't communicating your ideas, it's actually feeling yourself to be worthy of presenting the information that you're sharing. And this is wounding that you are healing, that you're very much aware of, as you keep those resources, that love, that support around you. It circles you, and that gives you the confidence to be honest about what you're afraid of, what is challenging for you. And that is key to your ability to move forward with integrity, is that honesty. not covering up, not hiding, not blustering through a situation just on the basis of your enthusiasm, of really admitting to your the places where you feel less empowered, less capable, less willing. And in that way, you allow your circle to support you, to continue to give you the love, the support, the recognition, or just the space to be honest with yourself and to find healing restoration in that. In the 10th house, the Hierophant is clarified by the 9 of Wands in the 11th house and the 4 of Cups in the 12th house. You've worked so hard to get where you are. You have had to convince a lot of people that you were true, that this is something you really desired. And this is not the first rodeo for you. You've done this repeatedly. There has been some mistrust that has been developed from relationships that failed you in some way. And you still suffer from that. You haven't bounced back despite the outward show of strength, power, authenticity that's available to you. Despite the clarity of your vision, you still harbor some sense of bitterness, wounding from those that didn't believe in you, those that even now may be scratching their heads or saying, wow, I never thought that person would be the one too. And as much as you consciously put forward a belief and a willingness to be honest, to be graceful in victory, it still affects your sense of wholeness within. And it still helps you to recognize that you have navigated this particular journey, this particular project or path, being honest about the way you feel, using your powerful emotions, articulating those emotions to be honest about your strengths and weaknesses. And that is the model that you present to others. An authentic person, an authentic struggle, an authentic desire to grow and expand. And in some ways, the offers you are receiving, particularly from these former colleagues, friends, are something that you try to consider with integrity. You try not to reject those whose sincerity you question, but you try to recognize if now, with what you know, you can actually entertain an offer that may be something that you can work with, something that can yield something better. But you're not shutting yourself off. You understand that this is part of the process of growing, creating a new circle of friends, honoring the support that you already have. And that's something that is a part of this success, this empowerment, is the valuing of your own regard, not only for others, but for yourself, prioritizing that. I'm going to finish this reading, Gemini, with a Soul's Journey Oracle card, and a couple flew out, but this one flipped over, and the key word is indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So that feels pretty straightforward regarding offers and invitations you may be receiving. Know what's in your heart. And if you can honor that, allowing your emotions and how you feel to validate the decisions you make. If you've enjoyed this content, there's more content here to check out. Thank you for your likes and subscribes, Gemini. Until next time, namaste.